Hello, hello, everyone. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means TBR Solution Sports Forum. It is myself and Pete, the Man City man. Stirrup. Pete, greet the
Yes,
viewers.
sir.
Let's get going.
Good morning, viewers. I hope you're having a nice weekend. Uh, it's a pity that Bafana Bafana couldn't have done us a favor last night, but
Mm,
we'll talk about that.
mm,
But
that,
welcome.
that's the subject for today. Bafana Bafana. Why not? Why not? But all is not lost. But guess what? I'm not all by myself or with Pete. I'm with you. Rekaofela Sisonke. Onse Sam, we are together. Singwe, Rotle, the beat goes on. Um, Pete, the news before we go to Bafana Bafana. Kaiser Chiefs released a statement
Mm.
as I show on the board here. Release a statement to say, look, they've cut ties with Nazrin Nabi. I don't know what to think about that.
Well, it's been long coming that
Mm,
they've cut those ties weeks before this statement, that's for sure.
mm,
Um,
mm,
the fact
mm,
that they say it's amicable is good.
mm,
It will have a
mm,
financial impact for Chiefs, though. I mean,
mm,
at the end of the
mm,
day, they're going to have to settle on contractual terms there.
mm,
uh,
mm,
because they're cutting his contract short as opposed to the other way around. Yeah.
mm, mm,
So yeah, there will be a financial impact, and there'll also be that financial impact of whoever comes in.
mm,
But yeah,
mm,
it's good. It's good that it's finalized now, and they've basically said that the two interim coaches now will look after the team now till the end of the season.
mm, mm,
So we'll see.
mm,
We'll see
mm, mm.
how it pans out over the next couple of months.
But but
Yeah,
but if you look forward, what do you think Chiefs should do now? Should continue with the interim coach, or should they
yeah, I
start
think so.
looking for?
No, they should start it should run in parallel. I think it's good
Mm,
for them to run with the two existing coaches to keep
mm,
steady the ship a little bit there.
mm,
Too many changes at once, we know that can be disruptive.
mm,
So it's
mm,
good to carry on with the two interim coaches for now, and that
mm,
will also buy time for Chiefs to go out and source their new man who will
mm,
take over at the end of or the beginning of next season.
mm, mm,
And it'll also
mm.
be a good time to see just how good these interim coaches are going to be now over the rest of the season.
That was my next question. What if
Mm.
the interim coach are doing well? Should they continue?
Well, they've done pretty well at the moment. Yeah, sure. We had a few bad results, or Chiefs have had a few bad results
Mm,
over
mm,
over the last couple of games,
mm,
but
mm,
they came out firing out of the gates at the beginning of the season there, and they're still in touch with
mm,
the top teams there, although they're a
mm,
couple of games behind now.
mm, mm,
So I think it's a pretty good start.
mm,
Well, I
mm,
mean, maybe Chiefs fans might not agree with that because they're very
mm,
passionate about their team
mm,
and they want
mm,
them to do better. But yeah,
mm. Well, we'll
I
watch
think
the
the whole
space.
story where they lost to Sekukuni 3-1, I think
Mm.
that was uh,
The turning point.
possibly,
Mm,
possibly. We don't know if there was some
mm,
backroom sort of like.
mm,
Well, that whole story. I mean, we've discussed this before about
mm,
his wife being sick, etc., etc. But we'll never
mm,
really know. But
mm,
it's done now. It's
mm.
done. Time to look forward.
It's water under the bridge. We move on.
Yeah.
Other news, very interesting news. Whether I don't know whether it's interesting. Messi's like his friends are leaving. It was Busquets, Jordi Alba renewed their contracts, but now he has announced that now he's retiring now. Jordi Alba is going. If I'm not mistaken, Suarez is also pondering of not continue next season. If all those things happen, Messi's like it is himself now with DePaul. All his teammates, the camaraderie, they've gone. While saying that, I saw him this morning. He never played for Argentina, which is good for me and Inter Miami fans, because that means he's going to play in the wee hours of this morning. One but last game of MLS, because I want him to get the golden boot. I want to see him score so that he opens up the gap. MLS MVP is already in the back. So it's a question of wrapping up now the golden boot. So for me, that sounds good if he's not playing. And then if he never played for Argentina. The other news that I would like to announce, Michael Jordan has concluded a deal worth 30 million US dollars to sign Messi to collaborate with him on a sneaker. What is the potential of this deal, Pete, in terms of your analysis? In terms of your analysis, money aspects, the influence, the culture.
I think it's good. I think it's a good one for these two guys. Look, Messi, as we know, is known outside of America, whereas Michael Jordan, he's known, but he's not known to the same extent that Messi is. So from a impact in the USA, this will be an advantage to Messi, because obviously now he will be carried, if that's the right word, by Michael Jordan's name. And outside of America, Messi will carry Michael Jordan's name forward. So from a brand perspective and from a sales perspective, I only see these shoes, or the Air Jordans, aren't they? These sneakers, they're going to make money, these two guys. That's for sure.
The beautiful thing about the whole thing, if you're done, Pete, is Michael Jordan in America is well known. Football in America is not a phenomenon. It's starting to rise now.
Becoming.
It's starting to rise now. And then I think it's a good thing for Messi. Remember, he has bought properties now in Miami. It is said he's going to get a stake at Inter Miami. I don't know whether that was concluded. So he's going to have interest at Inter Miami. But what I know, he's interested in starting an academy at Inter Miami. I don't know, Inter Miami or Barcelona. I don't know whether he's going to do both. So for me, if you are sitting there at the corner with Messi, being Messi, Michael Jordan is just going to make it, the whole thing to be explosive. So, yeah, it's a very good deal for both of them. Michael Jordan, remember, it's a long time. He has not been playing for a very long time. So, your stardom wind out once you're not playing anymore. So Messi's going to lift it up a little bit again, all right? So it's a win-win.
Yes, that's another aspect of what you've just said there, man. Messi will give him more, will lift him up in terms of his brand again. Because like you say, your fame actually does wane. You're correct. And the other thing this proves to me is that, and it's possibly from a financial perspective, one of the learning lessons that maybe you teach, Saubrey, is that, you need money to make money.
Exactly.
But once you've got money, you can invest that money, and that money can work for you.
Yeah.
And it can earn you more money.
Yeah.
And so it escalates, and by the same opposite effect, debt is exactly the opposite to that. It brings you down, and you go into the spiral.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And then the other thing, as a lesson, build a brand.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Brand is huge.
Yeah, build a brand. I see Michael Jordan. He knows he's not playing anymore, but the brand Jordan, all right? The brand Messi will always escalate. People don't even remember who started Coca-Cola, for instance. But the brand still continues.
Very strong.
Yeah.
Very strong. And
Yeah.
another brand as an example. Do you remember Lion Lager many years ago?
Yeah.
There was always in South Africa, there's always Castle Lager and Lion Lager. Those were the two big brands. And then they started to bring in uh, other beers like Olsen and all those things. They never really carried those popularity as those other two brands did. But then if you remember, I don't know if you remember that Lion Lager actually changed their branding. They went from the lion on the front of the bottle, which was red, and they changed it to blue. That's for me. That was the end of Lion Lager. They changed something. So your branding and the way you popularize your brand, or a change is a very dangerous thing with a popular
Yeah.
brand. If you look at Zambuk, for example, who doesn't know Zambuk?
Yeah. It's like Coca-Cola. If they can change that
Yeah.
rating, they're finished.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know whether you're aware that Coca-Cola is struggling now, especially here at home in South Africa, with those people who are making a fake drink. I'm told that they're closing a plant in Bloemfontein, which is going to affect thousands and thousands of people because they're not making any sales anymore. So that's how powerful the brand is. But nevertheless, let's go to Bafana Bafana. Pete, what's your take?
Yes.
We saw them yesterday. And then remember, it was a do or die. We definitely needed a win.
We didn't do or die, did we?
Yeah. We did. Yeah. We did. Now
well,
the do
that's
or die is on Tuesday now.
yeah.
Did you watch
We've
the
got a
game?
lifeline.
What happened?
I watched most of the game there.
Mm.
I need to just come back to that last 20 minutes or so where we hit the post. I thought, oh my word, that's going in. And it just came out and we couldn't push it back in. And then conversely, on the other side there, Zimbabwe, because we were pushing so hard, broke away. And they nearly scored.
They nearly scored, eh? They nearly scored. They were going to break our hearts.
But then Zimbabwe played like the whole country depended on it. They played beyond what we thought was capable. That is my opinion. South Africa played, I think, pretty well. Apolis was, in my opinion, one of the star players on the pitch there. He really, really did some good stuff there, but I think he let us down a little bit sometimes with his crossing. And I think we let ourselves down by also giving the ball away a little bit too much at times as well. But generally speaking, it wasn't what you could say was a bad performance, but we lacked that cutting edge. I mean, I think the commentators said that in the last 9 games, Zimbabwe never kept a clean sheet or anything, but they kept one last night.
They nearly they got one last night. They nearly got a goal too.
Yeah, it was so close that. Yeah. We thought we were going to win that game. That was my prediction on Tuesday. We have to wait and see what happens on Tuesday now because the mathematics are pretty straightforward, in my opinion. We have to beat
Rwanda
as Bermuda, and we have to wait on our great rivals, Nigeria, to do us a favor there and to beat
Benin. Now, can you imagine asking favor from Nigeria? If you think about the rival between the two.
Well, Zimbabwe, Nigeria won't want to. I mean, they'll play for their country, so there's still a chance.
Yeah, remember, if they win, they still have a chance. They can still qualify.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to play for.
Yeah, that's correct.
Nigeria. And they were lamenting that after how many years? Because they've been always qualifying. I don't know whether you are aware that South Africa last qualified correctly in 2002.
Yeah.
And 2010, it was just because of with the host. Okay. So we talk about many, many years not qualifying straight. So it's a big thing. Let me tell you where I saw the problem. When he started taking out Ngota. I don't want to blame the coach much because we are human beings. You try something, you think it will work. And once he took out Ngota, I started saying, gee what a mistake. Because he was the boy who was giving them pressure. The youngster can run one, the youngster can shoot from a distance, and his accuracy is there. Guess what? Salt on the wound. TLB, Mbogazi got a red card.
That's right.
1 minute to go. And that Zimbabwean player saw that TLB was, he's a youngster. He knew how important the game is. He could not control his emotions. And losing TLB.
It looked like we were panicking.
No, where?
We were panicking. Instead of keeping calm heads and just playing our game. So hopefully, and I think I saw a comment where they said to Hugo Bruce, Hugo Bros said, what we have to do now is obviously the players will be somewhat down a little bit. He said it's his job now over the next couple of days to pick them up and to get them ready for this Tuesday game, which will be played in one way or another.
Don't you think that the pressure of knowing that you should win was the disaster?
I think it's on every player's mind that would have been.
Yeah. And Tuesday might be worse. I don't want to be a prophet of the doom. Could be the same thing.
It will be. I think so.
Because we are so pressurized to win at all costs, and we make mistakes. Like you are saying, Peter, you put it correctly. Instead of being calm, we started to do things. They started shooting from distance, all of them, and things were not going well. They started losing balls, and once you lose balls, then you create problem for yourself. Tuesday we might have a very huge problem, but like Hugo Bros said, I agree with him. Now is his time now. It is time to motivate them to say, look, we haven't lost. We are going to win. Take it easy. Maybe use the Mbogazi as an example. Look what happened. Once you lose your head, things do happen. Okay? But I can tell you, losing TLB it has been a major blow. But with this coach, I hear people start blaming. I've got a WhatsApp group. They were hard on him. Why did he do this? Blah, blah. Look, we are human beings. We are always not perfect. No one is perfect. That's my belief. It was a game. He thought that by taking out Nkota, doing whatever that he did, that would work for him. Because I saw him going defensive now instead of attacking. That's one. Secondly, the Musona getting a red card played on our head. We started panic. We started now rushing things because we know that one man down. And then we made a lot of mistakes. But they played well, like you said. Mbutu for me, not what's her name, Mbuli, brilliant player. Trying the shots, trying the heads, tried his best. The boy is a star. The boy is a star, no matter what. I just hope the other side, things that are happening on the outside, they can stop. Because here we have a jam. He was marshalling that midfield. And my boy Morena, I was happy when I see the coach throwing in Morena, because I always believe that if you have Morena and Modau on the right-hand side, both of them are speedy. With their pace, they'll put pressure. So once he did that, I was quite pleased and said, here we are now. We are going to put too much pressure. I think that's the combination that we need to start with coming on Tuesday. Put Morena and Mudau, because they interchange. Both of them, they can defend, they can attack. So but you know what? I think even Mokoena, who's always cool, at some point you could see him that he was, making silly mistakes. It's because of that pressure.
100%.
Yeah, it's time that
we talk about big match temperament. We need big match temperament next week.
Exactly.
We need to take the panic out of the game,
and
we need to play what we need to do. We need to do what we need to do and play our game. And we've got the beating. We've got the beating of Rwanda. For sure. We had the beating of Zimbabwe, but we let our heads rule our actions. And that's where we need to get this big match temperament, as they call it. Because this is a big confident match. I'm not totally against it, because like you said, Nigeria, they can qualify. It's as easy as that.
Yeah.
So they're going to play. They're going to play.
They're going to play. Nigeria's going to play.
Yeah, they're going to play.
Did you see Osmani talking to the players after the game?
No,
that shows the intensity, the seriousness. So Nigeria, they are definitely going to play. Did you hear Yakubu when he was interviewed at some point? He said, "We cannot accept Nigeria not qualifying for the World Cup. We are not used to that." All right.
Which is pretty much true, yeah.
Yeah, Nigeria, they are going to go for it. All right. Whether we ask favor from them or not, whether they hate us or not, it doesn't matter. They're going to play, because it's up to them. But I strongly believe that we will qualify. We'll beat Rwanda, and Nigeria will beat. Nigeria, even if they don't qualify, they want to leave a mark. Remember, Nigeria is the soccer.
They're hoping that we are going to draw or lose.
Yeah,
that's their wish.
Yeah. And remember, Benin need only draw, and then having drawn, then they've done well. So here is the position, the locks.
What's a goal difference though? If they draw and we win?
Okay, here are the possibilities. Courtesy of Super Sport, multi-choice. I got that information from there. On the final day, on the final match, my eyes can't see properly. Can you see?
I can see it. Do you want me to read it? Huh? Oh.
Can you see?
Yeah.
On the final match day, courtesy of Super Sport, as I say, who gave us the footage, Benin will qualify if they get a draw or if they win against Nigeria. So South Africa will qualify for the World Cup should they defeat Rwanda and Benin lose to Nigeria. Nigeria will qualify should they defeat Benin and South Africa fail to win against Rwanda. So Nigeria will qualify. So these are the possibilities that are there.
Just go back to the table though, Saubrey.
Table, okay.
I think there might be one that's missing there.
Just a minute.
If Benin draw, that would put them on 18 points.
Yeah. If Benin draws, they take the league.
Oh, but wait now. They go on 18 points, right?
Yeah. No, remember, if Benin draw, Benin, who are they playing? Nigeria. Okay, you were saying, let me hear your opinion.
If Benin draw with Nigeria, that will put them on 18 points. If South Africa beat Rwanda, that will also put them on 18 points. Their goal difference is +5. If they draw, it will go nowhere. It will stay at +5.
Yeah.
But if South Africa beat Rwanda by 2 goals or more, then surely we go through on goal difference.
Yeah. I think they've given the possibilities there.
The most likely.
Let me give it to you.
The most likely.
I think they need three goals. Can you see?
South Africa would beat.
Nigeria will qualify should they defeat Benin, and South Africa fail to win. To win against Rwanda, Nigeria will need to beat Benin by 3 goals or more. So there's still a bit of challenge. Benin, they still have a lot of work to do. But at least they've put one foot on the other side as compared to us. So anything can happen. I don't know, you people, what are you saying? Is it the right time to start blaming the coach and so on? Yes, I believe he made a mistake for me by taking out Ngota. Not only that, the mistake of playing Mukwena against Lesotho, which can be apportioned to a lot of people there. It could be technical staff, it could be the team manager, it could be the coach. That means they don't record their statistics. But there is a person tasked to do that, who's the team manager. All right. But to be honest with you, Pete, how is it going to help us continue to blame? We are saying we are human beings. For instance, I'll give an example. Now, are we going to say the coach should fall on his sword because of this?
Not yet.
Do you understand? That's one. Secondly, are we going to say SAFA should they fall on their sword because of this? It's a mistake that happened that will help us to reflect. Let us not use that mistake to help other people to achieve other objectives that they have. All right. It's a mistake. Anyone could have done that mistake, honestly. They are human. Look at Chelsea.
It's the psyche of the team.
Look at Chelsea. He's been the star of the player. You know, everybody has been talking about him. Then he lost it. It's human being. We are human. That's how I see it from my side, my position. But I'm confident we'll qualify.
For me, it's not that. Sorry, okay. Saubrey.
Yeah, I'm saying we'll beat Benin, Rwanda 1-0. We'll beat Rwanda 1-0. But what I saw as a threat, the coach employee, especially the last game, why was he starting to defend now? I don't know whether you saw that. He was starting now. I mean, if you take out all the attacking players, and why defending now? We were good when we were attacking. I don't know whether was it a question of panic, but you know this coach, I trust this coach. He's going to sit down and reflect, and he's going to review. I'm sure he's going to come up with a solution. That's my opinion.
The other way to look at it as well is, and it nearly happened, that Zimbabwe attack where they nearly scored. I mean, that would have been the end of it.
Yeah.
Had we lost that game.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe I don't know. This is speculation. Maybe in the back of his mind is it's better to go with a draw than what it is to lose again.
Yesterday. Maybe.
I don't.
On Tuesday, no draw. You must just win.
There's no draws now. It's
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. You were saying probably in his mind, I say, let me draw that and losing.
Because Zimbabwe played, eh? They didn't lie back. Even after the player was sent off, they still kept coming. And sometimes, and I think the commentator said it's difficult to play 10 men. Because if those 10 men stand up and say, well, okay, now we have to do something, I think it can be very difficult to play a game against a determined 10 men.
But I would say,
the pressures, and that adds more pressure to South Africa, does it not? Because the expectation for them to go on now and win it, because there's 10 men, is in everybody's mind. So this is
it's a massive
psychological. This is psychological warfare that we're talking about.
Yes. It's not about talent. Mountain to climb. Even on Tuesday, I can tell you, they are not going to sleep from now until that Tuesday.
To keep heads. Yes. We must keep heads.
Yes. Yeah. I wonder whether when they go to the field of play on Tuesday, are we not going to see them shaking and trembling and making mistake thereafter? Because that pressure, because I think the pressure also played a major role yesterday, like you said.
Early goal.
Yeah, we need an early goal. to come our.
And you know what?
Our
1-0 is not a big lead.
Not enough. Yeah. We need to
So
calm our heads.
Yeah.
We need to calm our heads, score early goal. And I wonder, because I was asking myself, I saw Lyle was struggling. I know he's using the fact that Lyle is an experienced player. I thought I would see Reynolds coming in. I thought so. But I saw him not bringing him in. I don't know what was happening. I don't know the background. But I saw, as I was reading one of the publications, there was a case against him while he was still in Stellenbosch, while he was still playing there. And then at least that case, he has won it. I don't know, maybe his mind was not clear. Trainers, apparently yesterday it was closed. Maybe that will motivate Reyners to go out there and do something. Now, what do you do? Do you start with Reyners on Tuesday, or do you start with Lane?
Experience, calm heads. I would be tempted to go with the experience personally. That's me. I'm not the coach, thank heavens, because this is when the coaches earn their money.
And then I saw the introduction of Mahopa. Mahopa did well. You know what I like about Mahopa? He puts pressure. He's tall. He's workaholic. Although he doesn't score many goals, but that workaholic thing and his size, it's something else. So I don't know. By introducing him late, he wanted to catch him when they were tired. To say, yes, Mahopa now is going to give them trouble and so on. I don't know. Maybe should have introduced Mahopa with somebody else. Mahopa together maybe with Reyners, fresh legs, and take out Line. That's me. But remember, we are millions coaches, okay? But one man must take a decision.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And each team is different. So this team, we play Rwanda. It's not going to be the same as playing Zimbabwe. We have to choose a team which are more likely to get that result.
Pete, I don't know what's happening in England. I don't know. Man United, I think we've got some news there.
Yeah,
tell us what's happening.
Okay, so the latest with my Manchester rivals there is Harry Maguire, who's obviously in the back line for Man United. His contract is coming up our contract is up in June next year. He's 32 at the moment, and it's believed that he'll be asked to reduce his salary if he stays. At the moment now, he's earning 190,000 pounds a week. That translates into 4.4 million rands a week. That's money if you can get the job. Right?
That's a good money.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Yeah. So if you think about it, this guy earns about 17 million rands a month. Huh? Also, Bruno Fernandes. There's claims that Bruno Fernandes might be heading to Saudi Arabia at the end of the season. So big changes United with the team, as you know. They made Garnacho's gone. There's lots of players gone. Sancho's gone. So Amaran is making sweeping changes there. And so it'll be interesting to see now with these two potential exits by the end of the season next year. What is he going to do in order to boost the team now for the ones that have already gone and for the ones that may still go. But I think he's making use of the younger players, Yoro and those sort of players, which I quite like. But he's under pressure. He's under pressure. And another manager that's under pressure, and I keep thinking back to our discussions now about Hugo Bross and his pressure that he must be facing.
Now, once you've just said about Hugo Bross, I saw something where he says it is out of our hands. If that's true, that's what he said. It's unfortunate. I don't expect that. I expect him to fight on. So you can't say it's out
sure.
of our hands.
It depends on which context he meant that, by the way.
Yeah, I just saw something, so I didn't go into detail. Yeah.
Well, I think he means that, it depends on other results, but we'll see. So you've got a manager for Nottingham Forest now who only started at the beginning of the season, Ange Postecoglou. He was fired at the end of last season from Spurs, and now he's under pressure at the Forest job. So apparently he's gone now 7 games without a win across all competitions. So the Forest fans were singing last week in the crowd there, "You're getting sacked in the morning," sort of thing, the British crowds actually tease the players and whatever. So, but if that's the case, that he's under pressure and he has to start winning, the next 3 games are going to be key for him, and they just happen to be Chelsea, Porto, and Bournemouth. Chelsea, Porto, and Bournemouth are 3 very tough games, and they come off the back of not winning 7. It's going to be very tough. So at the moment, that's pretty much the news as it is in England at the moment. Nothing much other than that happening, other than a few smaller transfers happening here and there.
Well, those are some of the news. In the meantime, before we move, let me just remind you that we are a financial company. I just want to share with you the news around the books that we have. This is one of them, How to Win the Wealth Game, The Art of Money, by Dr. Darlene Small, an economist by profession for over a period of 33 years as an advisor to governors of the Reserve Bank. So maybe you can lay your hand on the book and then start learning what does he say about that, okay? Then this is another book, How to Get Out of Bad Debts, Use Other People's Money and Resources to Get Rich, because the new money is debt. So if you don't understand that, so yeah. We'll continue with other books as we move on. In the meantime, let me just jump here. I'm gonna just break the message special into 2. Look, as I said to you, Messi is not playing. I saw he was not playing this morning, and then he was watching them from the stand. Fortunate enough, they won. And then, but it was a friendly. I couldn't understand why.
You're talking Argentina now, yeah?
But yeah, I'm talking about Argentina. Now I'm on the Messi special, so I'm just talking in terms of his impact. So I couldn't understand why it was all of a sudden, maybe he will play, he will not play. I don't know why were they doing that, but maybe it was for the sake of the crowd. Let me tell you what happened. The stadium was half empty. All right. I think they could pick up that he was not going to play. And remember, they were playing in America, where he is. The stadium was really half empty. But they played well. The Argentinian, no wonder why. They will be a force to be reckoned with for the 2026 World Cup. Because once you lose a star player, you start wobbling and all that. If you look at Inter Miami, when Messi's not there, they wobble a lot. But this Argentina, they played extremely, extremely well. And now, for me, why I'm saying I'm happy that he's going to play. I don't know whether you are aware that he's in the race for the Golden Boot. Now, Pete, I wanted to make a research about MLS. There's something that I don't understand. Why are they playing? Because I expect this week to be an international week.
We mentioned that last week, if you remember, yeah. How is it possible that the MLS didn't sort of like take an international break like Europe did, and
even the rest of the world, yeah. You know what? Maybe
it's an interesting one.
Let's investigate and find out how come. Why is MLS playing when it's an international week? Because now that's where you find your Messi being now a challenge. Where am I playing? Am I playing for the national squad, or I'm playing for the club? For the club, for him, very important. As you can see here, He is the leading top goal scorer, but they've tied with this player. But they have their own funny criteria. They say if they tie, Messi will end up winning.
Because
The
of the
reason is,
assists.
pardon?
Because of the assists.
Not necessarily. Maybe that could be one of the reasons. They say he will win because it is determined by the player who's most decisive in the goals. And then followed by the player who played fewest game. Fewest game. Remember, Messi has played very few games, but he's there. So those are some of the eye of the needle, to sharpen, to say who really went through, who should go through, all right, to be the final winner. And then also, it will also be contributed by the fact that who scored fewer penalties. And Messi scored one for this season for Inter Miami. What's your take about this criteria?
Well, they have to have criteria to determine if in the event of a draw. So, I mean, if you really think about it, it's easier to score a penalty than an infield goal, generally speaking. Although, again, it's that pressure situation, isn't it? I don't know how many games I've seen England fluff it, in penalty shootouts. And I just wish and I hope and I pray that we don't get that situation next week on Tuesday. That the players have to stand up and go and take a penalty or something like that, especially now under such circumstances. Yeah, it's well, look, it has to be criteria. So yes, it sounds reasonable.
Football is becoming more and more scientific. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
It is becoming more and more scientific. They start now using the mathematics. So sometimes people understand why we say maths is important.
And if you look at the coaching and other staff, they have now, which was unheard of many years ago, they would have a free kick specialist or dead ball specialist, coach. And you'll hear them from time to time mention it, during the game, that, oh, they've got this free kick or whatever it is now. Now the dead ball coach or specialist is now been training them to do X, Y, Z, etc., etc. And then you look at physios and you look at the medical staff and you look at all that sort of thing that's now being brought into the game. I mean, when me and you used to play, they used to bring out the wet sponge and then they put the wet sponge on your knee or whatever it was that was hurt, and then you were all fine again and you could go and get on with the game. So yeah, it's definitely much more scientific.
Do you think it's good or bad? This
a bit of both
that we see in football.
You see, the thing is that if you look at the old football, you look into the 60s, 70s, and even 80s to a degree. You look at the games advanced. Those players that played in those days were nowhere near as fit as these guys now that are playing now. So that fitness, I mean, the injuries that they get these days, I mean, those older players didn't get those kind of injuries when they were younger because their bodies weren't stressed as much. They weren't playing so many games. It's a definite different game proposition these days. Same with rugby. Same with pretty much most sports.
Everything now, they look at it closer now, very close, unlike before.
The difference between winners and second place.
Yeah. Well, let me move on to the books again. Before we move on, as I said, I'm going to split it. This is my other book that I wrote, How I Turned 500 Rand into a Million Rand Business. You can do the same. Anyone can do it. If one person can do it, anybody can do it. Okay. And then the other one is this one, Secrets for Becoming Rich. This is my first title. And then, I'm looking forward to complete my diploma so that I'm done with school. Then I write books. Because that part has come to a standstill. Because one is busy now doing studies, and so on. And then here's another one by a very good friend of mine. That was Secrets for Becoming Rich, the first book. And then you can get it from us again. And then here's another one by a very good friend of mine, Nom Summers Bugo, The Entrepreneur Awakening with a Drive. So those are some of the books that you can get from us. And now let's move on with, as I was busy with the Messi special, and then to say, you know, we can't stop the comparison. I don't like comparing because there's no comparison between these two gentlemen. Look at this. But because I know the Ronaldo fans, they like comparing. Even if that comparison, it's look at this, look at this. Ever since they left Europe, both of them, one to Saudi Arabia, one to America, Inter Miami and Al Nassr. Messi played 80 games, and then a goal contribution or goals and goal assist was 166 goals that he has scored, 34 assists, 3 penalties, and 6 free kicks. And then this is in the period of 2 years. When I say 3 penalties, you may wonder I said 1. For this season, he scored 1 penalty. But collectively, for the past 2 years, he scored 3 penalties. And then Messi's got 2 trophies. This year it looks like Inter Miami, the trophy is gonna be. So they have to hang on Messi, win the MLS MVP, and win the Golden Boot, because they're just going to go to number 2 unless they win the CONCACAF Cup. It looks like it's tough. Then Ronaldo played 117 games, 124 goals and contribution, and then 104 goals and 20 assists, and then 27 penalties. Look at that, 27 penalties and free kicks. Is it 5? My eyes are saying 5, ne? 5 free kicks. This has got 6 free kicks, and then trophies, nothing. So yeah, to me, this comparison sometimes does not exist. Listen to, I always quote Jamie Carragher. Said he said Ronaldo is no more near than Messi. He said you can't compare it, but I agree with him. I don't know what's your take. I agree with him. Ronaldo is not.
Well, but one thing you have to remember is that Jamie Carragher is an ex-Liverpool player.
Yeah.
And the rivalry between Ronaldo and him is coming. Well, I wouldn't say it's a rivalry, but his comments come from the fact that Ronaldo played, as you know, for Manchester United a couple of times. And the rivalry between Liverpool and Man United is, which we're going to see next weekend, by the way.
But
yeah,
remember,
it runs deep.
Remember,
yeah.
Remember Jamie Carragher himself. Sorry to cut you short. He said Messi at one point called him a goat. He said, call him something like that. You're a goat or something. Not a goat. It was a derogative word. He wasn't happy about his comments. And then apparently Messi sent him a WhatsApp to say something like that. So it's not like Carragher is against Ronaldo only. He had his own clashes with Messi in the past. So he said, yeah, so that's another. But you are correct. That rivalry between Liverpool and Man United, it's a legendary one.
Yeah.
Legendary
and
one.
It's next weekend for the viewers. Maybe you should watch. I think it's next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
I will be watching intently with that game because you've got Liverpool coming off the back of 3 straight defeats, which is a bit of a bump in the road for their season so far. And then you've got Amarin, who's under, as we discussed, plenty changes in his team, and he's under pressure because Man United fans want us, as like Kaiser Chiefs fans, want them to be top of the league. That's where they belong. So it's going to be, what did they say? Blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. And humdinger.
Yeah, humdinger. Yeah. Pete, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate. Very difficult to wake up on Saturday morning and then just do the show with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Fingers crossed for Bafana. Let's watch.
I know. We'll win. I'm telling you, we'll win. Watch. You hold me accountable.
We must win. Yes, when the nation demands it.
On Saturday. Now, while we are still there, I'm interviewing Lucky Staliano next week, Thursday. We tried to do an interview previous Thursday, the one that has just passed, but there were problems from both. There was lightning, yeah, huge lightning, switch off the lights, and apparently even on his side, the side of Johannesburg, there was also a problem in terms of lightning. So we stopped. Yeah, we then said we'll do it this coming Thursday. And then the following day, which is yesterday, he sent me another message. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. He was a very, very formidable midfielder during his time. Thank you so much, Pete. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Hi, viewers. Have a nice weekend, and let's hope for the best for Tuesday.
Please,
what
guys,
time is that game on Tuesday, by the way?
6:30. Is it 6:30 or 6?
In the
I think
evening.
it's 6 between them. I
Hopefully
should have
so, yeah.
shown that. I forgot. Next time, I should have shown the timing for the game. I think it's 6. All right. Thank you so much. Please, guys, subscribe, comment, like, because when you like, it will help us. And then, yeah, we'll continue. We'll try our best. Me and Pete are the oldies, but we'll wake up, irrespective of what, and try to give you what we love. You also love football. We also love it. Thank you so much. Much appreciated, Pete.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm sure you are already in the year 2025. And then you're asking yourself, what are you going to do? Some of you have been working for many years. And then now you're contemplating of either resigning or going on retirement. And it looks scary. You're not sure what are you going to do, how are you going to survive. You're worried about your pension and so on and so on. Especially if you're a GPF member at the age of 55 and above, and you are in those situations. You are thinking, what's going to happen? Remember, the most important thing, you need to think about how can you save the little that you have, in terms of how do you avoid penalties, because when you retire earlier than 60, you'll be penalized. How can you avoid that? Not to be penalized, not even a cent. You also want to make sure that you maximize in terms of the taxation. But get me right, tax applies to everyone. But you want to make sure that you are taxed as little as you can. And you want to do all those things. You need somebody who's skilled, somebody who's trained to deal with finance, because tax avoidance is allowed. Because when you avoid tax, you use the tax law. Now, if you want to do that, to make sure that you save as much as you can, don't hesitate. Contact us, TBR Solution, or the Big Financial Services, an authorized financial service provider. And then just say, please, I want you to assist me. I want to go out. So come and share knowledge with me. Now, no obligation. You don't have to make any obligation. Just listen to the facts. After listening to the facts, make a decision. Can listen to us, can listen to others, then so that you're exposed to various information, so that when you make a decision, it's an informed decision. Now, my name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from TBR Solution. Here I'm representing the bigger financial services and authorized financial service provider. If you want to know how to get hold of us, just look at the WhatsApp number, drop us your contact via WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.